so not existing commentary. How you all doing? I thought I would take the time to sit down and watch the film again and talk through it. I've never done a commentary before, but I always wanted to. I thought it'd be quite fun, and it's an opportunity for me to reflect on the project now that I'm on to my next one, working diligently on that, which should be up shortly. But I thought I would just, take some time to sit down with this now that I have some time away from it. I'm not in the thick of it, and really look at it as a film and talk about that. So if you're interested, please stick around. Let's begin. Okay. I don't know whether or not to pause or just watch it through, but I think I will pause. So these shots are where we're I had to use a stability thing on them because I couldn't get the tripod to just sit, because it's a weird angle. So it's actually a very shaky video that I just used one of the stability effects in Premiere Pro on. I know people often don't like to use them, especially on an image with subjects in them. A video, a clip with subjects moving about, actors being actors, doing their thing. But with shots like this, I always find that it's very useful. Especially if you've decided to go handheld but you don't really want that handheld look, to chuck on one of the stability effects. I wish I knew the name of it, just because it makes it a cleaner shot. This was really shaking, does not stutter at all now. This is a slightly, I'm not really sure why this is that blurry. I'm fairly sure that it was maybe a bit zoomed in, or there's a few different versions of this that I took, but I wanted to showcase that the main character, me, I guess, was very organized, even in the midst of feeling lonely. So he's got this organized cards in his thing, his bed's neat, even his rubbish is aligned neatly at almost a perfect line across the camera. His energy drinks, just to keep him going as he's applying to CVs. And there's your first hint that there's going to be a zombie in it. I went back and forth about whether or not to include how he became a zombie or what to do with it. I decided to go with dropping hints that he's like a very subtle hint that it's on his mind, or deep within his mind, to suggest that maybe it's something else. But I think it's very clearly the meatballs that do it. It wasn't the first time round, because they were just standard meatballs that I just bought from Aldi, but I threw on this radioactive effect because I was sick of people going, but how does he become a zombie? And I was like, right, here's the most in-your-face ridiculous reason, because I needed some way of explaining it because people didn't really get it. But yeah, that's what that was about. Also, all the audio was camera audio. I know, an absolute travesty, but I love the shot. Willikers as well is literally oh, Jeeps Willikers. I just thought that would be a funny little detail to have as well. I love these shots because there was so much control I had over them. The rest of the house, obviously, I share this house. It's not mine. I'm sort of living here post-uni, back at my family home for a bit. So it's not really an environment I have much control over, but I had some, which was nice. So this room, it's my room, so I could just take my time with it and get the best shots I could with it, which I quite liked. But yeah, I didn't want to record the sound on the gadget I've got. It's I'm used to the Zoom H2N4s that I use at uni. I'm not very good at sound at all. I mean, I'm not great at camera, but this is a pretty good camera, so it sort of makes up for that a little bit, I think. But yeah, I mean, I did my best to fix the audio. I've done post-production audio before, but yeah, I would go back and record some extra bits with the audio device afterwards, just because I think it would have helped the sound design process quite a lot, because that is almost my least favourite part. But anyway, just before we go to the transition, the music as well. This wasn't my initial music. I used some Adobe stock music that was amazing. But I wanted to get it finished before 2024. I wanted it to be finished at least by the new year, because it had taken so long, and I wanted to move on to other projects and just have that as something I did last year. So I could say I made 2 films last year. I did my graduation project and I did this one. So the last day, on the 30th, I discovered that I, essentially couldn't use that audio, and so I was, quite freaked out, and so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna give up and spend ages looking for the sound. I'm just gonna go on, find some songs that are similar, make sure I credit them, of course, fix the credits, and then use that, and that should be fine. And in the end, I think it does work. Also, sorry if my voice is a bit dry. I can sense it's a bit dry, but yeah, I think in the end they're good sound choices. But the initial one just had this sort of punch to it. It was more like, this is very lo-fi, which I wanted to go for the opening, but the original had a bit of more of a jaunty feeling to it, which I kind of liked. But anyway, this is one of my favourite transitions. This, the bag to the mid bag there, yeah. And I do it twice with I do sound bridging here as well, with like the cut there. I like that kind of editing. I really enjoy doing. But yeah, obviously that was, one take that I chopped up a little bit, because I like the idea of it coming in smoothly, the hand either side. And there you can see the ridiculous rainbow on that. Oh god. One thing I have noticed is that my cinematography has improved, but I'm not great at framing the cameras so that the characters have their heads in frame, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, and obviously that little flicker effect, that's like the spirit and the body sort of separating. I shouldn't say obviously, because I've had a lot of people question me on this, but yeah, you can also tell like there's a little bit of ego in the acting, because I really drew out this scene and I kept most of it in, so I was like, oh, I love this performance, but it's, yeah, at the same time it's kind of hard to watch myself. Oh, drama student for sure. A very dramatic, onto the table, like, yeah. And this transition, right, it was, I left the camera overnight, and I decided that would be fine, but when I started recording I nudged it slightly, so I had to like literally put the other one on low opacity and try and match them up as clips, which took a long time, but I think it works. You can barely see any difference. Yeah, there we go, there's the first bit of the ghost effect. This one was an easy shot, because it's literally ghost on one side, zombie's going to show up on the other one. I think he appears through the ghost a bit, I'm not sure. I can't, maybe, I don't know, we'll see when he crops up. And there you go, you got the mirrored growl that they both do. That was always something I intended. Oh yeah, no, there's good space. Yeah, here we go. I kind of prefer this music to the old one. You can see the green mask. This I really worked hard on, as I've already said. Like there's about 5 different ones in that specific shot, like the neck as well, the face, the hands. But no, I quite like this shot, because I spent a lot of time masking around the zombie so that when he stood up he would appear in front of the ghost. So I thought it would be a fun shot to do. There's a bit of flickering, but it's the best I think I could do with the time I had, and I'm quite happy with that. And that lens flare. Again, you can tell my at least improvement, but I don't think it detracts much from the scene. Like, you've got this very shaded dark interior and the bright side that you can't access.
Stop doing that.
Oh wait! I just want to show you this. So, my this person I know, they said that they thought the voice should have like a ghost effect on it. So I basically decided it would for the first time, and then when he coughs, it goes away. It's very subtle, but I thought it's like a little inside joke. So you can hear it here.
Stop doing that.
And then his voice is just normal for the rest of it. I wasn't very consistent in my acting as it as well.
No, wait.
Here it goes.
Stay.
Nice. I like these shots. These are good. That's one of my favourite. But I wasn't very consistent with the ghost acting, I don't think, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to make him sound all breathless. So there's points when I'm just out of breath, and it just sounds like the ghost needs to do more cardio, which I don't necessarily mind as a thing, But I think if I could go back, I would like either do that all the way through, or because of the harsh sibilance on it, I will probably tone that down a bit, because the audio editing for just the harsh S's was really quite frustrating.
Wait, please.
I like this audio edit. Just cuts. I like that.
It's locked.
Yeah. The ghost is actually really vindictive here.
Good luck
very
getting
much-
it. No.
Yeah.
Can you operate a key?
He very much has loads of resentment for this character already, because he can move around and he can interact with things, which we see further into the next scene. But this whole, like, there is a theme to this film as well. Like, it just looks like, oh, I've made like a fun little film just to test out that I could, which was definitely the motivation. But I can very much, you know, I don't know if it comes across very well, but the reason I made this was because it was supposed to be a metaphor for how people treat themselves in everyday life when they're being clumsy, or they act irrationally, or they do something that's a bit stupid, like they just berate themselves inside their heads. And that's what the ghost is. He's sort of like the voice of reason, but also of irritation towards the zombie, who is the clumsy human form. So them getting on throughout the film is supposed to be like a message to, like, generally treat yourself better and don't always be your own antagonist. You don't need to be that. You can be your own supporter in a way. Like, he tries to teach the zombie how to read and stuff. Spoilers if you haven't watched the film, please. It's best watching it before watching this. But yeah, I don't massively like. I don't know. I kind of like the outside world you can't see much of, but that was clearly. I don't think I accounted for the white balance very well there. But it does a nice effect. I kind of
Stuck it.
bit ethereal.
Wait.
Yeah. I did this warm
Turn
glow
off.
to all the shots, and I don't think I removed it from this one, but it makes it seem a bit more weird, so I kind of like it. It's like it's got like this empathy sort of colour. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, but I don't know.
What now?
Yeah, you can hear the buzz in the background from the camera. Wouldn't you? I actually had to reshoot this scene, like from this angle, because I
Hey.
shot it from. Oh,
Hey.
right. I just want to point out. I don't know if you spotted this here. I've only recently learned how to remove these from the camera lens. I'm in post production. It's something on the sensor. I'm sorry for drawing your attention to it. You might not be able to watch the film without seeing it now, but it's something that's been bothering me as I'm making more and more stuff. But I now can kind of fix, not perfectly, but yeah, I had to reshoot this from this angle because it was shot from over here, and for some reason, whenever the ghost was in front of the zombie would disappear within that space. I'm not really sure why. It was like something to do with the mask being inverted. But when I swapped it, you couldn't see the ghost, so I'm not really sure how to fix that. So I decided to shoot it from this angle and just hope for the best. And
Oof.
I think it kind of
Oof.
works. I'm not sure if it breaks the 180 degree rule,
This
because it turns from like here to like
and
here,
then pull.
so it's probably like a almost 90 degrees. So it'll be fine. Oh, the fridge shot, classic.
Sure.
I like that it's at an angle, and I love the way that the shadows are framed against the brightness out there. You can just, it's got a very hard edge to it. It just makes the frame look a bit more like it's got more character to it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure that's the right term for it, but I just really like this against the outside colours of it. But I did the fridge shot just to be kind of, oh, look at me, I'm all trendy. That was definitely the motivation behind it.
No. Pick that up. This is my house. Pick that up now.
I like
Don't
the
do
other-
it at me.
Yeah, that's
Like
pretty good.
this. Right. Cool. Right. Yeah.
He's gone for the meatballs again. Did not bother with colour.
No, mate. I really wouldn't. If I were you, to just.
There we go.
Thank God.
I shot this twice. There was like a moment when I finished filming it and my mum walked in, and Scott did as well, and they were just like, well, I managed to squirrel it away before they come in, but I was like, look guys, if you were here like 5 seconds earlier, that would have been a story. But yeah, no, I was trying to make it look as grim as possible. Like you can see bits missing. I'm just like shoveling it in my face. Did not really like these meatballs by the end of it. Got very sick of the flavour of them. But yeah, like masking around the hand. The green's very faint here, but it is the same. I mean, I went for more of a yellow colour in the end, but it still appears very green because of how darkly it's rendered. But I'm quite happy with the masking here on the hand when it appears again. But yeah, it's not very obvious here, I guess.
Stop it. Oh no, that's
The
great.
ghost thinks he's so funny as well. Can you just hear him? And here comes a practical effect. I'm sure I don't need to tell you how I achieved this effect of the apparition disappearing. And not everyone got this, but this is supposed to be the ghost falling through the bed onto the chair below. Because my bedroom's above our conservatory in our house. So I wanted to do that. I don't think I really worked out the geography very well in terms of demonstrating that. But
What on earth?
but yeah,
No.
I thought it was
What's it doing?
What's it doing? It's so hard not to make fun of yourself when you see yourself in something. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I've got like a short film that I did when I was a kid, and I was acting in it, and everyone said I laugh like an old man, and I absolutely do. I've got like the wheezes at the end, as if I've been chain smoking for like 10 years or something. But yeah, I mean, I had no other choice with this. I did another shot where it's like it was just like a straight two shot where you've got the door here and the ghost here and the zombie sat there, which would have been easier and I think would have maybe looked kind of nice. But I went with this because I plan on cutting between them and this seemed easier. Although you can see a faint bit of fade on the legs of the zombie, which isn't ideal. But I'd completed the mask and I was like, this is kind of fine. It's barely noticeable, but maybe it isn't quite noticeable. But it's just like one of these little mistakes that come from trying to get to the end of it, you know. I definitely will take more time in the future. But all in all, I think it's a very nicely framed shot. The ghost head I don't think goes out of the frame. It's still very close to it, but it's better than it normally is. I like that he's in shadow a bit as well, almost like, you know, a spectre. And I like the fact that the zombie's just right at the edge, just like in the foreground, he's in the background. I like that geometry to it. I think the word is geometry. I don't know. Poor lad. Have a heart, ghost. Come on.
Come on. Let's go and get you some food for me.
I think I saw. Wait. Oh no, it's still a ghost. I thought I saw a failure in the.
Right, reach in your pocket.
Yeah, this is so badly framed.
Yeah.
I
Pull out your phone.
love this sequence, but I really wish I hadn't zoomed in as much on the
Great.
camera.
Oh, thanks for that. No. Got your phone?
Yeah, because it's
Press
it's
the
awful.
button.
It's right at
Thumb,
the edge of the
thumb.
frame.
Yeah? Right, you press
You
the
can
button
see
on
what
it.
I was intending here much better.
There you
like
go,
the yellow
you're in.
effect of it.
Great work. And now tap the keyboard.
I don't know if this will appear different on YouTube, I will be honest, because I'm watching this prior to it being uploaded. So this is how it's supposed to appear. If it appears like more green on the screen for you guys, then that's just the way it's rendered. And that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess, because that's the final version. But this is like the version I have, and it's like a faint Simpsons character effect, so it looks a bit decaying-ish. And I did use the same color grade for all of it. It's just sometimes it's a bit darker, so it appears more green. So yeah, that's the explanation for that.
And press
And that phone case is destroyed now.
CH. Great, this is going to take forever. Oh, God. Oh. Okay.
This
Give
is
him the
Scott.
money.
Good
Take
man,
the
he's a
bag.
good sport. Very freaked
go.
out by that. I definitely took the mick out of him in the bloopers, which I love, and he is begrudgingly okay with. He was very insistent that he got to call me a weirdo, which I was like, yeah, fair enough. I think you've earned that after all the hand holding.
Let go.
Just random.
Let go. Let go of him. Let go.
cannibalism
Thank
from a
you.
Stranger.
Jesus. Right.
There you go. There he gets it.
Just put it.
I was tempted to have him like in future films as like a cameo. It's just the takeaway guy, almost like a Hitchcockian thing where you've got like a character who, or like an actor who appears in everything, but that'd be too much work.
You don't need to slam it.
This is them exercising.
just
right?
like this.
They're not just jumping. And no one seems to get this. No one seems to get this. Everyone's also, he zipped it down a bit so he can breathe a bit more with it. Probably told to. The ghost, I don't think the ghost has, because the ghost cannot affect anything of their appearance now that they're dead. But yeah, I'll skim past this a little bit. It's a bit awkward. I'm very breathless in it. But I just thought it would be good to show them.
Just like this.
You know, trying to work out.
No,
the
more
props,
mic.
I guess.
Yeah, if you just do that more.
This is, yeah, you can see the thing I was talking about with the performance of a zombie. Oops,
That's good.
To pause. Where he's like, you know, I sometimes went breathless with it, sometimes didn't. This is, I guess, because he was exercising, but he doesn't really have working lungs, so I don't really get that. But
You're doing it, man.
it's not too.
You're
bad,
doing it.
honestly.
Oh, no. Oh. Let me help you. Oh, that's pointless. You can get up. Okay. Pull down the handle and stand under the spray.
I actually sped up the zombie in the shot
No, stop freaking out.
to make the freak out look better, and then you've got this obvious moment. This is great.
You didn't need to attack
Yep, here it comes again. Classic tune. It grew on me as I watched it more and more. I don't really like the fade on here, but
Right.
can't really change it.
Breakfast.
I got that all over my face, and you can't even see it. Wasted. I besmirched myself for no reason. There was no need for that. Obviously, the yawn is a ghost noise. I like that. I haven't noticed this until recently. I don't know what this is.
No. Read.
I think this is with my camera a little bit. He's reading Zombie by
You're holding
Darren
it
Shan.
upside down. Yeah, just
Just to explain the next
turn.
quote, you know.
Oh yeah. I see that. Well done.
So
That
they're
is
about to
nice.
think he's sort of getting
Well
bigger
done.
and smaller a bit, because it was obviously shot twice this scene. I think I fixed that. It might appear in the next film a little bit. I think I've turned on like manual focus on the camera, but I don't think it's really worked very well. But yeah, this whole film was shot. Obviously, you know the people. This whole film was shot on HD. The next one is shot on 4K, so it looks much better. But I mean, for a 10-minute film, that it's just me in my house with another me, I think HD was perfect for it. I think if I would go back, I would probably try and do more creative shots and fix some of the camera smudges, but I would make it pretty much the same. I wouldn't paint myself green as a zombie, because it would have taken much longer to film, because maybe it would have saved time, but also the camera needed to be in the exact same space, so I had to leave it recording and record both takes in one. So it would have been time consuming to go and off and paint myself green. I would have looked like the Hulk. It would have looked terrible and practical, and it just needed to be like a little faint tone. So I'm actually glad that I chose to do it the way I did. I think it worked out pretty well. But yeah, definitely sound design by Samuel Hudson. You can definitely hear that. But thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you let me know, so I can do more commentaries like this in the future. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out Co Not Existing if you haven't already. And yeah, see you later.